We get to travel all over the Southeast and Southwest and go to some really neat places in taping Fox Sports Outdoors. And we're coming to you this week from just such a place. Great history, beautiful architecture, and great fishing. It all comes your way in the next half hour. Fox Sports Outdoors is on the air right now.
You're watching the only program with weekly fishing reports and real-time outdoor news from the Southwest region. This is Fox Sports Outdoors.
Hi everybody, welcome to this week's show. I'm coming to you right now from the historic and beautiful downtown area of Savannah, Georgia. This place is unbelievable. It's one of the few cities that General Sherman did not burn on his historic Civil War march across the Southeast, and so most of the buildings are still standing here from pre-Civil War days. Those are the big cotton exchange buildings where they bartered all of the cotton all over the world from right here in this port in Savannah. There's lots of important American history in this city. However, if you know me very well, you know that I came here, yes, for the history, yes, for the beauty, yes, for the architecture, but for the fishing. This is the Savannah River. It runs right through downtown Savannah and empties into the Atlantic Ocean. And where it does, there's some great fishing, including a fish that can be very elusive, very hard to find, and very difficult to catch, the tripletail. But I know a guy that's locked on them right now. Captain Josiah Riffle is going to jump in our Blazer Bay 2420 GTS, head out on the Atlantic Ocean, and put us on some tripletail and maybe a redfish or two. This is going to be a lot of fun. Don't get to catch many tripletail, so I'm really excited about this week's show. And while we're out doing that, we're taking you around your local region for your fishing reports from our expert team of insider reporters from lakes, rivers, and bays where you live, both fresh and saltwater. So right now, we're going to go get the Blazer Bay 2420 GTS launched into the ocean. Get started fishing. Next time you see me, I'll be out there with Captain Riffle. Right now, let's get it all started back at the FSN studios with your weekend planner.
This weekend is looking great for fishing action, with the salooner tables indicating excellent conditions for both days. Peak game fish activity is expected to start at 11:44 a.m. on Saturday and again on Sunday at 12:07 a.m. and 12:29 p.m. Look for the sun to rise at 7:15 and set at 7:24. And we'll have a moon that is 94% visible. Stay with us for freshwater and coastal fishing information from around the region. Plus, I'll return with Bassmaster Elite Angler Greg Hackney to answer this week's Ask the Pro question. We're coming right back.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Motor Guide's new wireless and easy-to-use XI3. XI batteries powering the world forward. Waypoint Marine, the Gulf Coast's leading saltwater boating specialist. And Strike King, designed by the pros, fished by you.
Let's see what we got. Tripletail. He's got a hard pulling tripletail. You want the current to pull it back?
Ideally, I like it to the current to go right to the wreck or the structure and let the bait go right underneath it. Then I kind of will pull it back and you kind of just let it keep doing it.
Fish. Got one on?
Got one on.
Man, that didn't take long. Hey everybody, welcome back. We have made it out here just outside Savannah, Georgia. We're on the boat and Josiah Riffle's with us, and the first thing that happened was his very first cast, if you can believe that. He's got a fish on. Let's see what we got. Tripletail. He has got a hard pulling tripletail right off the bat here. He's gonna make me get the net. First thing, buddy.
Thanks.
Boy, look how hard those things fight. Holy cow. Got him. Ha ha ha. Look what we've done, the very first thing, buddy. All right. You want to go ahead and get the hook out before we do anything? And let's show them what a good tripletail looks like. What a beautiful fish. And so talk to me a little bit about the size of these fish and what they're doing here.
Right. So tripletail is a slow growing fish. And the reason they call it tripletail is their pectoral fin and dorsal fin are so far back, it's almost like they have three tails. So, meaning they, strong fight. You hook one of these and you got to put the drag to the to the pin to get them away.
Now these fish, they're migrating in off the ocean, right?
Typically, yep. They come from Florida every year, and typically around May to June they start moving in on structure. So we're fishing this old range marker right here, and they just pretty much, not only for the shade, but for the bait, they sit there and ambush.
We're off to a great start. Hang in there. That fish goes in the live well, and let's see if we can get up here and catch another one.
Hey friends, Captain Kevin Broussard here with your Fox Sports Louisiana Outdoor Report. I tell you what, we're starting to get into that early fall pattern. Got a couple good reports from up at Toledo Bend and up North Louisiana at Lake Bistineau. Tell you what, bass action, shallow water right now seems to be the key, and early and late's the best bite there, spinner baits or buzz baits. Tell you what, saltwater scene right now. As you can see here, we had a great catch. Guys, what'd y'all think about it?
Oh, that was awesome.
Tell you what, right here on Calcasieu Lake, lots of trout, lots of redfish showing up. Talked to Mike Fournette down in Venice, Louisiana. Tell you what, he's catching a lot of the big bull reds right now. He said they're everywhere from the pass all the way up into some of your inshore bays. Tuna action is firing off out of Venice, Louisiana also. For old Cajun Phil, it's Captain Kevin Broussard saying happy fishing, may God bless, and we'll see you next week.
You got one, big one? All right, we got to go. You got him clear yet? Oh yeah, that's a big one. There we go. I'll go get the net. He's wanting to go back to it.
Yeah, he is.
You got him clear. You got him clear. Now he's going away from it. Look at this beautiful fish coming at us right here. That rod's right below your feet. Come up here, buddy. Big one, look at that. Big one, man.
That's full grown.
That's a full grown fish right there. We're gonna walk around here where we've got more room. Look at this big dude. That's what I'm talking about. Great big triple tail right here. And you did a great job of negotiating that fish around all that rust.
Got my line frayed up from where you got in the structure right there. Fluorocarbon.
There we go, look at that. Look at that fish, what a good one right there.
That's a good 22 inches.
Wow, what will a fish like that weigh probably?
Feels like he's a good 8 pounds.
You're using this tide current to your advantage on these fish. So explain to us what you're doing. In fact, I want to show you a quick shot here of our Lowrance HDS Carbon 12-inch display unit here, and we've got the tide chart pulled up. Explain to us what we're looking at and what this tide's doing.
So the first of this outgoing tide, when the current's just barely moving, is allowing our corks to hit the structure and letting our bait swing underneath, because they're underneath the structure waiting to ambush.
All right, buddy, back to the live well, one more go.
Yes, sir.
Woo! What a pull, dude. Look at him jump. Golly. That is so cool. You got one?
There he is.
You got him. Oh, he's jumping. Look at that. That dude is jumping. What a pull, dude. Look at him jump. Golly. That is so cool. This way, buddy. All right, we got him. Oh, man. What a wild fish, dude.
Got
that is
airborne on
so cool. That fish jumped like 4 times. Well, we're still here right out of Savannah, Georgia, and most people know Savannah, Georgia for its great history and its great architecture. It's a great tourist destination. People everywhere down there taking walking tours and bus tours and stuff, and they just don't realize that you can come make a fishing trip here. Man, what a great, that one's not quite as big as the first one you caught.
Not quite. Still the Georgia limit, but not quite as big.
Yep. So what we're doing is we're fishing structure, just kind of almost on the border between South Carolina and Georgia. Explain to us what this is we're throwing at and why these fish are here.
Right, so this is an old range marker, and over time, you know, this pretty much got tore down. They don't use it no more, but the structure of it holds these fish. They love to be in the shade of it and ambush behind the poles. So they'll literally sit there 5 foot of water and wait for bait to swim by.
Hey, two bass fishing techniques are really accounting for most of the bass catching here in the state of Oklahoma at this time. Topwater action, especially with a whopper plopper, and also a finesse bait presentation involving a soft plastic. Here you'll see Mike Taylor and Steve Higgins at Dripping Springs, a 1,200-acre lake located near and managed by the city of Okmulgee. It is also an Oklahoma trophy bass lake, so it's got a slot on it 16 to 22 inches. That means your chances are good to catch a lot of quality fish within that slot, which are a lot of fun, but you'll have to release them. You're allowed to keep one trophy fish over 22 inches if you wish to do so. Mike said they were using the whopper plopper on top of the flats, 3 to 5 foot of water, seeing some fish busting around. When that would subside, then they would Texas rig a LaRue inchworm, Minnesota flash color behind a 1/16 ounce sinker, keep the boat in about 5 foot of water, and look for the reeds. They would cast or pitch that soft plastic in front of those reeds and caught a lot of fish doing that, and some really nice ones. Mike said their biggest fish on this outing was about 5 pounds, but a lot of quality fish within that slot. Same two techniques are working in a lot of places across the state at this time, and you can catch them, but you can't catch them if you don't go.
There, you got a little one. Bob her down, bob her down, bob her down. I got a good one. Look at this.
Oh, you got a good one. Let me get this one out of the way.
Yeah, he's over here to the left. All right, I have a triple tail, and he went away from the structure first thing. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't you go into that boat. Don't you go into that boat. Look at that. Whoa, whoa, that's what I was afraid of. What a powerful fish.
Trying to get right back in the
Straight
red.
down, straight down, straight down. Look at that dude. Got him, all right. Man, Josiah, look at that. There's a big old triple tail. All right, we are still out triple tail fishing, and I have caught myself a good one right next to the structure. Fishing with Josiah Riffle. Go that way with him. Look at that. There's me a good triple tail. Let's talk about size of these fish. This is good quality size triple tail, but you said you believe some of the biggest triple tail in Georgia live right here near Savannah, right in this area. Why do you say that?
Right near Savannah River, just because of the depth of the water, the current, the bait that pushes in here. So just got good habitat with these range markers and cans. The good place for them to live, and ambush bait.
We are keeping triple tail today. They make some great eating. So into the live well that dude goes. That is a lot of fun right there. If you've never caught a triple tail, it's kind of one of those elusive bucket list fish that you've got to catch. They're up and down the Gulf Coast, the Atlantic coast. You just got to get in the right spot at the right time. With the right fishing guide, you can catch one too. You got to do this at some point in your life.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Nitro Performance Fishing Boats. Champions aren't born, they're made. Mercury Outboards, go boldly. Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, Alabama. Plan your fishing vacation and catch the details at orangebeach.com/fishing. And Lowrance and the new Hook 2, the world's easiest fish finder.
Well, we've made a move. You can see in the background right there, all that green marsh grass. We are red fishing now.
Oh yeah.
Got him? Yep. That one hit way down the bank. Well, we've made a move. You can see in the background right there, all that green marsh grass. We are red fishing now. Captain Josiah's got us up in some shallow water, and we're fishing along the edge of a grass line on a falling tide. The fish are coming out of the grass. We've actually been catching some small reds, but it looks like we've got a little better one going right now. Yeah. Nose are right in. No, she shied away. Now we got it. All right. Got it hooked right in the corner of the jaw. There you go. Beautiful redfish, one spot on the tail. So
That's 24 inch.
now, as far as the redfish go, is that pretty much a year-round fishery here?
Pretty much year round. Typically wintertime they school up a lot more together. Summertime they kind of just spread out.
So if you want to target redfish here, what are you looking for?
So the main thing is you're looking for the bait coming out. These redfish are in the grass feeding on a lot of crabs and a lot of shrimp. So if you see shrimp, crabs busting all up in the water, that's where your redfish are at. And so typically, you know, just over time, working the bank with trolling motor up and down, you find these little pockets that hold these fish, which in theory hold the bait, and that's why they're there.
Hi everybody, this week's Lone Star Lakes is brought to you once again by the great folks at Breckland Ranch, who remind you that youth will hunt free at the Breckland Ranch with a paid adult. Now this week I'm coming to you from beautiful Lake Grapevine in the heart of the DFW Metroplex, which is the host lake for the Cara Young Fish for Life tournament. Started by great folks and for a great cause. If you have the ability, please consider coming out and fishing the Cara Young tournament and supporting Fish for Life. Now right now on Lake Grapevine, they're finding the fish out fairly deep off the rocky points. But by the time that tournament rolls around on October 7th, the weather may have changed a little bit. You might find some more fish shallow. I would start my day with topwaters near the dam and on those very rocky points, and then change over to square bills and deep diving crankbaits. If we got some cooler weather in between now and then, I would go ahead back up into the northeast side of the lake and fish some of the vegetation and brush, and certainly the boat slips that are back there as well. All of these approaches should get you bit on some grapevine bass. Now over at Lake Ray Hubbard, they've got a great sand bass bite going on. You're gonna watch the middle of the lake with your binoculars, or just keep your eye open as you're running around the lake. You'll see them schooling. Throw your standard topwaters or slabs at them. You'll catch some Ray Hubbard sand bass. That's this week's Lone Star Lakes. Thanks so much, folks, for helping out the Fish for Life. And remember, be sure and check us out, Lone Star Lakes, on Facebook.
Hey folks, Captain Greg Varm here with this week's Fox Southwest Outdoors Report. Hey, here all along the Texas Gulf Coast, from Sabine to Port Aransas, it's redfish time. The month of September is well known for very high tides, along with an abundance of tropical disturbances in the Gulf, causing storm surges. Mix that with low pressure and you have a perfect recipe for an awesome redfish spawn. Hey, the big bulls, they migrate from the Gulf of Mexico to the inlets and passes of all the bays along the upper Texas Gulf Coast to spawn. The eggs incubate for around 24 hours, then the currents and the tides carry the larvae into the bays and marshes where these redfish will grow. When the weather may not seem ideal for fishing, hey, this is a great time to get out there and catch some giant redfish, I guarantee it. Places to target are the Sabine jetties, Rollover Pass, North and South Galveston jetties, the San Luis Pass, Freeport and Surfside jetties, the mouth of the Brazos, and the mouth of the San Bernard. Also, the Matagorda jetties are great. Also, this is a great month to catch some nice slot redfish and speckled trout in the inlets and back in the marshes. Here in Freeport, Bird Island of the San Luis Pass and the Brazos River are holding some quality fish. Remember, if you want to catch some giant reds, wait for some specks, or get some flounder in the fall, give me a call. Number's on your screen. Check out our websites. Hey, I'm Captain Greg Varm. I'll see y'all next time.
You can always watch our latest episode on the front page of our website at foxsportsoutdoors.com. Catch up on past episodes by clicking the archive button and learn about fishing techniques and new gear at our how-to page. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter for new fishing videos every day. Simply search for Fox Sports Outdoors and click the like button on Facebook and follow button on Twitter. And watch a new episode every week on any device by downloading the free Waypoint TV app on your phone, tablet, computer, or smart TV. Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Lew's. Feel the difference. Gene LaRue and Bobby Garland. We know bass and crappie from heads to tails. And by Glacier Glove. Stay outdoors longer with our gloves, hats, and shades.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time for the Ask the Pro segment, where viewers get expert advice from professional insiders. This week's question comes from Jeff, who asks, do you have to be near light to catch bass at night, or can you catch them in pitch dark conditions? For the answer, we checked with Bassmaster elite angler Greg Hackney.
You don't have to have lights, to catch bass at night. There are some lakes in the country that have lots of docks, and a lot of the dock owners will put out lights, and those lights do have a tendency to attract bugs in the summertime, then small bait fish to those lights, and then of course the predator fish follow. You can catch, giant stripers around lights and bass, but there are tons of bass caught all over the country on natural lakes where there are no boat docks, no anything, and no light. And you can catch a bass in the middle of a dark night with no moon. Fish just have that ability to change their eyesight during low light conditions, and they still feed at night. And more times in the summer months are my favorite times. The only problem with where I live at is you have to carry extra blood because of the amount of mosquitoes that are out after dark.
Thank you, Greg. If you have something to ask one of the pros, visit our website and follow the Ask the Pro link to submit your question. Now let's take a look at this week's Big Catch winner.
Hey everybody, back at the marina, and it's time right now for this week's winner in the Big Catch of the Week contest. He is John Storm of Houston, Texas, showing a 28-inch speckled trout that weighed 8.2 pounds that he caught at East Matagorda Bay, Texas. If you'd like to be our next winner, just go to our website at foxsportsoutdoors.com, click on the Big Catch of the Week box on the right side of the homepage, and follow the instructions to send us your big fish photo. Next up, let's talk about some of the gear we used to catch these tripletail and redfish. It was an adjustable bobber rig. We've got a little bobber stop up here on our 50-pound test braided line. Then we've got the sliding bobber. That way we can adjust our depth as the tide rises and falls. We've got a weight under that, a couple of feet of 40-pound test fluorocarbon leader, and then a Kale hook. And I had all this rigged up on the loose TP1 Speed Stick Inshore Series rods. It's a 7-foot medium action rod with the wind grip handles. And this is my first chance to use the loose Blair Wiggins Series spinning reel. It's a 4,000 size reel. It'll hold 265 yards of 8-pound test line. Again, we had it rigged up with 50-pound braided line. And I can't say enough about my brand new Blazer Bay 2420 GTS Bay boat. It is the perfect boat for this style of fishing. It will go offshore, near shore, and inshore. A couple of things specifically I love about it, in addition to the great ride, is the sport top that goes back behind the console. That way it doesn't get in the way of your back cast, but it still gives you plenty of shade on those really hot, calm days. And then the brand new edition that I'm running has the built-in rod storage. You can lock your rods inside the storage boxes for the ride across, or if you're traveling from place to place like I do, it'll hold up to 6 rods in either side rod locker. Some people just won't work and they sit around waiting for the government to take care of them. Some people work too hard and too long, making themselves and everyone around them miserable. A healthy life contains a balance between those two extremes. Even God himself rested from his labors on the 7th day, and that's why he ordained the Sabbath for his people to rest. So if you're one of those people who just can't stop working, this is your official permission to give it a rest. Stop, relax, do something fun. Not only will you be healthier, but you'll make all those people you love around you happier as well. I think it would be a lot of fun if you booked your very own fishing trip right here out of Savannah, Georgia. Brian, Josiah do a great job, and they can put you on a multitude different species of fish. All their information is on the screen. Book your own trip and you can have a great time just like we did right here at Savannah, Georgia. Until next week, I'm Barry Stokes. Be safe, have fun. Bye-bye, y'all.